Hello, welcome to Die Hard United, the one stop for everything Manchester United. It is total chaos at United as we had lots of leaks coming out yesterday and today about the players losing faith in the manager. They're totally giving up on Erik Ten Hag. They want him out. They don't feel that they know what direction he's taking them to. They feel the training is too intense. They feel like he's making them run too much, and they don't know where they don't know where they are running to. Just imagine professional football players, millionaires, saying the training intensity is too much and Erik Ten Hag is making them run and they don't know where they are running to. That's crazy. Because if you check under Ole, these same players complained that the training intensity wasn't enough. They felt like they were being coached by a school teacher. And now we have Ten Hag, a manager with lots of discipline, and they are complaining that the training intensity is too much. Players that are being paid weekly, they are saying the training intensity is too much and they don't know where they are running to. We can see how much of a job Jim Ratcliffe has to do at Manchester United, and if he doesn't really know how to do that, we are going to continue to fail. But I'm here right now to tell you, or for us to remember, that Ten Hag has to stay. The problem is not Ten Hag. Under Van Gaal, we had the issue of dressing room leaks. We had the issue of the players complaining about the manager. Under Mourinho, he still came out. That's why Mourinho was sacked. Under Ole, the same issue. Under Rangnick, the same issue. Under Ten Hag, still the same issue. We can't let Ten Hag go this time around. It is very clear and obvious that it is the players. And if you can't see this, I don't know what to say about you. But it is very obvious. We can also pinpoint who these players are, because we all know that every player being bought by Ten Hag cannot want him out. They are definitely on his side. And then when you look at the players, some of other players, you can differentiate, because if you check, there is a certain group of players that have been here under Van Gaal or Mourinho, Ole and Rangnick, and this same issue is happening. So it definitely has to be these players that are still doing these leaks, talking to journalists and still bringing out these leaks once again. And I will tell you right here, right now, if these players are giving up on Ten Hag, they are basically giving up on us, the fans, and we have to show no respect to them, because they are definitely right now, most of them are not playing for the badge. Against Newcastle, they were so poor. They didn't care about the game. We lost that game, and 2 days or one and a half day later, these players are coming out to leak to the press, to shift the blame from them onto the manager. It is Ten Hag. He's making us train too much. He's making us the training intensity is too much. He's making us run too much, and we don't know where we're running to. That's total load of bullshit from these players, and honestly, it's disappointing. It is totally disappointing. And of course, Erik Ten Hag has some blame to take for his favoritism. The Varane issue. I don't know what's going on with Varane. They're always picking Marcus Rashford. They're playing Scott McTominay in the midfield. If he doesn't stop that, that's going to be the end of him, because McTominay has nothing to offer in that midfield, and he keeps playing him in that midfield. Keeps playing Rashford. You need to bench your favorites, Erik Ten Hag. If you don't do that, in the end, you will definitely get sacked. And these players, most of them, really are getting tired of you. That is the truth. You need to pick players who are loyal to you, and also pick players that are fit to start. Because right here, right now, with all these leaks coming out from the club, how are we going to beat in the next 4 games? How are we going to beat Chelsea, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich when the players want you out? How exactly are we going to do that? So right here, right now, I can see us losing tomorrow's game against Chelsea, because if the players are leaking this information out, it means they're not ready to play for him again. So the job Sir Jim Ratcliffe has to do is very, very, very big, because these players, we need to ship all of them out. I can name names, but every player that was here during Mourinho, Ole and Rangnick era, they need to go. I don't care who they are, they need to go, because we are getting this same issue every time. Every time we face problems, the players do not want to take the blame. They shift it onto Erik Ten Hag or onto any manager present, and then after some weeks or months, this manager gets sacked. A new manager comes in, they play a little bit better. After some time, they get bored of the new manager, and they release more leaks, and we face the same problem every time. This can happen. Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, Rangnick, and then Ten Hag, and we all have to sit down and be like, oh yeah, it's not the players, it's the manager. We have been over this too many times. It's very obvious that these players really need to go, and I hope as Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming in, he's backing Erik ten Hag. At least, even if we don't have enough money to buy players or buy the best, we need to change our strategy, clear these old players out, and then if we have to buy within our means, no problem. The Brighton model is a very beautiful model. It's a very nice model. We can do that also. Brighton model, sign young talents from South America, from all these lower leagues, bring them in early, give them chance in the first team. Man United is all about youth players, so we can go back to that roots. Train our own Erling Haaland, train our own Jude Bellingham, not having to spend 100 million, 150 million buying these talents. We can do that, but before we do that, we need to clear the old system away. Some staffs, many of these players, restructure everything, and then start doing better. Or else we sack Ten Hag, another manager comes in, we play well for one season, and it all goes down the drain. I'm honestly tired of all these things. And how are we going to do against Chelsea? The players don't want to play for Ten Hag. The players, the report is that 50% of the dressing room probably are already giving up on Erik ten Hag. That's half of the squad. Out of that, half of the dressing room already gone. Whether it is true or it is false, it doesn't look great. This is Manchester United, and we have to start acting like a big team, both in handling players and also in managing activities happening inside the club. This is really embarrassing. How many times you get this kind of leaks regularly with Manchester City, with Chelsea, with Arsenal, with Tottenham? No. Or even with teams abroad, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. It's always Manchester United. Oh, the dressing room is against the coach. Oh, the players don't know what the manager wants from them. Oh, the training intensity is too much. Oh, it is too slow. Oh, he's making us run. Oh, his tactics doesn't really suit the team. Oh, this, oh that. Shut up and play football. He's the manager. Whatever he tells you to do, you do it. If he wants the training intensity to a certain level, you do that. Because obviously we see these players, they don't run in the pitch. In games they don't run, they don't mark their man, they don't fight for the ball, they don't attack the ball. They care less. So why won't you go back to the training ground and want you to run more? We saw Martial and Ten Hag having a bust up during our last game. He wasn't running. And this is an example of a player that needs to go. I don't know what Anthony Martial is doing at the club. Anthony Martial, Scott McTominay, there are many of them that needs to go. We need fresh new legs. Just imagine if we all know that for certain, for a fact, Ten Hag wanted Maguire, McTominay, Martial, some of Donny van de Beek. He wanted some of all these players to leave. Imagine if they left and he got in new players to replace them. Right here, right now, we can never be playing that bad if all those things happened. So when you don't give him the players he wants, when you don't ship out these old players, then he's stuck with what he has. Then we have injury issues, and then he's forced to play these players, and he's forced to back them in public. What do you expect to happen? So that's why the problem cannot be from Erik ten Hag. It cannot be. Fine, he has his favoritism, he has some in-game management issues. Fine and good. But right here, right now, if the club was better run, if we know how to sell players, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. And even if we knew how to, if we also knew how to sign players, not overpay for players, if we know how to do contract negotiations, we would be better off right now. But unfortunately, the club is so messed up, and these are the problems that's leading us to this issue once again. Having old players still at the club, and these players sacking managers for fun. And that goes to show how much of power players have at Manchester United, which doesn't happen at any other football club. Player power exists at Manchester United, and it is what is ruining us. Because how can players have the audacity to come out and say he's making us run too much, and we don't know what we are running for? How can someone sit down and talk and tell a journalist this statement? It's totally embarrassing, and honestly, I want these players to leave, and I'm sure many of the United fan base wants Erik ten Hag to stay. Leave a like on this video, comment in the section, and tell me if you want Erik ten Hag to stay or if you want him to leave. But for me, Ten Hag in, Ten Hag in, Ten Hag in. And when Jim Ratcliffe comes in, I hope he supports Ten Hag. He gives him the tools to chase away these players, buy new players, and then let's see what happens after that. If Ten Hag might not be successful at the end, fine and good, but we need to do the absolute minimum for him to succeed. I'm sure Erik ten Hag knows what is is the problem at the club. He knew what he wanted in the summer. He didn't get it. He made some bad decisions in the summer also, fine and good, but it could have been a lot more better if this club was run properly. But like I said, players out, Ten Hag in. That is all I have to say. And let's see how this develops. Ten Hag is going to have a press conference today. Let's see what he says about the leaks that came out yesterday and also some coming out this morning. But for now, that is all for now, and I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers.